Data scientists are still one of the highest paid roles out there, and the demand for them is expected to skyrocket by 35% in the coming years. Now, if you're thinking about diving into data science, now is the perfect time. Hey everyone, welcome to this video on Data Scientist Roadmap by Simplilearn. This video is exactly what you need if you're serious about data science. And trust me, things have changed. I'm not talking about the basics. AI, automation, and real-time analytics are taking over. So if you're still following an old roadmap, it's time to refresh. I have put together everything you need to know to stay ahead in the data science game. The future is here and you don't want to miss out on these new skills. Let's jump right in. So here's what we'll cover in today's video. First, we'll have a look at why 2026 is a game changer for data scientists, where you will learn how AI, automation, and new opportunities like generative AI and real-time analytics are shaping the field. Then, we'll move on to the core foundation you must master, where we will talk about the essential skills like Python, SQL, statistics, plus how to develop strong problem-solving abilities. We'll also talk about the advanced skills that will set you apart. We'll dive into machine learning, deep learning, NLP, time series forecasting, skills that will keep you ahead. Then, we'll talk about the tools and platforms to master, where we will cover key tools like Jupyter Notebook, VS Code, Git, cloud platforms like AWS and GCP. We'll learn how to build a portfolio that will get you hired. Then, we'll also talk about how you can choose your data science career path, where you will understand the roles of data analysts, data engineers, plus how to choose the right path for you. And finally, we will discuss about how you can land the job, about resume, interview, and salary tips, where you will understand the salary expectation and difference between remote versus on-site job. Now, before we get started, here's a quick quiz question for you. The question is, what is the primary role of data scientist? Your options are writing code, analyzing data to make predictions, managing databases, or cleaning data. Let me know your answers in the comment section below. So first, let us understand why is 2026 a game changer for data science. Now, data science is evolving at lightning speed. A few years ago, it was all about looking back at data to make sense of the past. But now, it's about predicting the future, helping businesses make smarter decisions in real time, and even creating personalized experiences for customers. For example, think about the way your shopping experience is tailored online. That's data science in action. And in 2026, data scientists will take this to new heights, making predictions faster and more accurately than ever before. The demand for data scientists is growing rapidly. According to the US Bureau of Labor Statistics, the job market of data scientists is expected to grow at 35% between 2021 and 2031, much faster than the average of other jobs. The world is becoming more data-driven every day, and businesses need skilled professionals to help them make sense of it. So what has changed this year and why should you pursue it now? In 2026, data science is no longer about analyzing data. It's all about making data work for you. Technologies like generative AI, real-time analytics, and machine learning are shaping the future. Businesses need data scientists who can use AI to create new ideas, products, and even content. Plus, AI ethics has become a key focus, and companies are looking for experts to help them use AI responsibly. And the best part is the opportunities are growing globally. A report by Glassdoor ranks data science as one of the top 5 in-demand jobs for the coming years. And the need for professionals who can work with AI and machine learning is expected to increase even further. So now that you have understood why 2026 is a game changer for data scientists, let's dive into the core foundations that will help you build a strong base in data science. The first one is Python mastery with pandas and NumPy. Now, when you're starting out as a data scientist, Python is your best friend. Why? Because it's simple to learn and powerful enough to handle complex data sets. But just knowing Python isn't enough. You'll need to get comfortable with pandas and NumPy, two important libraries in Python that will help you work with data. What is pandas? Well, you can think of pandas as a tool that makes working with data in Python easy. Imagine you have a spreadsheet full of data. Pandas will help you read, clean, and organize that data without much hassle. Let's say, for example, if you have a table of customer orders, you can use pandas to sort, filter, and analyze that data in just a few lines of code. Talking about NumPy, NumPy on the other hand is all about handling numbers and mathematical operations. If you're calculating average sales or finding out how the weather impacts your business, NumPy would help you do the math quickly and efficiently. It's great for working with large amounts of numerical data. So to put it simply, Pandas is just like a toolbox for managing and analyzing data, whereas NumPy is your calculator for fast and easy mathematical operations. Mastering these two tools in Python will make you a data manipulation wizard. Let's move on to our second skill, which is SQL for data querying and analysis. Let's talk about SQL, which is structured query language. This is one of the most important skills for data scientists. Imagine you have a giant database filled with information. How do you get the specific data you need? That's where SQL comes in. SQL is a language which is used to communicate with databases. It allows you to ask questions called queries to get the data you need. For example, if you want to know how many products were sold in the last week, you could write a SQL query that pulls the data from your sales database. So let's take an example. Imagine you have a customer database with tables for customer information, sales transaction, and products. If you want to find out which product sold the most last month, you would use SQL to query the sales transactions table and group the data by product. With just a simple query, SQL gives you the answers you need. Learning SQL is crucial for analyzing big data, filtering out the noise, and getting the precise information you need to make decisions. It's like being able to ask the database questions and get the answers you want in a flash. The third one is statistics for data-driven decision making. So now that you know Python and SQL, you need to understand how to make sense of the data you're working with. This is where statistics comes in. It's the science of collecting, analyzing, and interpreting data to help you make decisions based on numbers, not just guesses. So why is statistics important? You can think of statistics as your toolkit for understanding patterns in data. Let's say you're working on a project to analyze customer behavior. You want to know if there's a pattern in how customers buy certain products. Now, using descriptive statistics like averages, percentages, and distributions, you can summarize what's happening in the data. Let's suppose you run a bakery and you want to know if there's a particular time of day when you sell the most cupcakes. You would collect data on the number of cupcakes sold at different times and use statistics to calculate things like an average number of cupcakes sold per hour. Now, this will help you make data-driven decisions about when to bake more cupcakes and when to adjust your marketing. So using statistics, it will help you answer questions like what's the average sales of each day of the week? What's the probability of a customer buying a specific product? Are there any patterns or trends we should be aware of? So basically, by mastering statistics, it will help you make smarter decisions and analyze data like a pro. Fourth one on our list is problem solving and analytical thinking. Lastly, we come to most important skill of all, problem solving and analytical thinking. Being a data scientist isn't just about using tools and coding. It's all about thinking critically and approaching problems in a structured way. So what does a problem solving look like in a data science? Now, when a business presents a challenge, it's up to you, the data scientist, to break down the problem, figure out what data you need, and find the best way to solve it. Let's suppose a company might ask, how can we predict which customers are most likely to buy a new product? So here's where your problem solving skills kick in. You would understand the question and break it down. Collect and clean the necessary data using Python, Pandas, and SQL. Analyze the data to find patterns. Build a model using machine learning to predict the likelihood of each customer buying the product. And finally, present your findings in a clear and actionable way. Analytical thinking means looking at a problem from multiple angles, asking the right questions, and testing your ideas with data to see if your solution works. So once you've got these skills under your belt, you will be ready to take on more advanced topics and solve real-world problems using data. And don't worry, if it feels overwhelming at first, just take it step by step. Practice often, and soon enough, you will be a data science pro. Now it's time to talk about some advanced skills that will set you apart in 2026. The first one is machine learning with scikit-learn and TensorFlow. Let's start with machine learning. Now, this is a huge part of data science, and in 2026, it's going to be even more important. But what exactly is machine learning? Machine learning is the way for computers to learn from data and make predictions or decisions without being explicitly programmed. For example, imagine you want to build a recommendation system that suggests movies based on what people have watched before. Why scikit-learn and TensorFlow? Scikit-learn here is a Python library that's perfect for getting started with machine learning. It's like your beginner toolkit. It will help you build models quickly and easily. You can use it to classify images, predict stock prices, and even detect spam in emails. TensorFlow, on the other hand, is more advanced library, which is used for building more complex models, especially in deep learning. Now, if you want to build systems that can recognize images, translate languages, or even drive a car, TensorFlow will help you do that. Now, both the libraries are powerful tools that data scientists use to make machines smarter. If you get comfortable with both, you will be able to tackle a wide range of data problems. The next one is deep learning, when and how to use it. If machine learning is the engine that powers a lot of data models, then deep learning is the high performance engine for real complex tasks. So what exactly is deep learning? It's a type of machine learning, but it works differently. It uses neural networks, which are inspired by how our brain works. These networks are made up of layers that process data and learn from it. It's especially useful for things like image recognition, speech to text, or self-driving cars. Now, you might be asking, when do I use deep learning and when do I stick with regular machine learning? Now, deep learning is great for problems that are complex and involve large amounts of unstructured data, like images, videos, or sound. Now, if you're working with structured data like numbers or categories, regular machine learning using tools like scikit-learn might work better. For example, if you need to classify images of cats and dogs, deep learning is the way to go. And if you want to predict house prices based on location, square footage, and other factors, machine learning with scikit-learn would be a good fit. And in coming years, deep learning will be used more often to solve highly complex problems. And knowing when to use it and how to apply it will make you stand out as a data scientist. The third one is generative AI and prompt engineering basics. Let's talk about it. This is one of the coolest areas of AI right now, and it's definitely going to grow. Now, generative AI refers to AI that can create new data. For example, it can write text, generate images, or even make music. Now, instead of just analyzing data, Gen AI creates something new and useful from that data. Think about tools like ChatGPT, which can generate text based on prompt, or Nano Banana by Google Gemini, which can create stunning images from descriptions. So what is prompt engineering? Now, with prompt engineering, you can learn how to interact with generative AI tools in the most effective way. It's all about asking the right questions or giving the right instructions to get the most useful and accurate results. For example, if you want a Gen AI tool to write a blog post about data science, you would give it a clear prompt like write a 500-word blog post explaining the basics of data science with examples. The clearer your prompt is, the better would be the result. The next one is natural language processing for real-world applications. Natural language processing, NLP, is a fascinating part of data science that deals with understanding and analyzing human language. You can think about it how we interact with computers through voice assistants like Siri, Alexa. That's NLP in action. Now, what is NLP? NLP is a branch of AI that allows computers to understand, interpret, and generate human language. For example, when you type a question into a search engine, NLP will help the engine understand your query and return relevant results. Or when you use a chatbot on a website, NLP is used to understand your question and give you helpful answers. Let's talk about the applications of NLP. Now, NLP will be used in many industries to improve customer service, create chatbots, or even analyze customer feedback. For example, if you could build a tool that analyzes a product reviews or find out what people like or dislike about a product, NLP will help you turn all the messy text data into useful insights. Now, if you master NLP, you will be able to create systems that can understand and respond to human language in real, meaningful ways. The next one on our list is time series forecasting and anomaly detection. Finally, let's talk about time series forecasting and anomaly detection. Now, these two are essential techniques for analyzing data that changes over time, like sales, weather patterns, or stock prices. Time series forecasting is the process of using past data to predict future trends. For example, if you want to forecast next month's sales based on the past sales data, you can use time series forecasting techniques, and this is important for businesses that want to plan ahead. Now, talking about what is anomaly detection. Anomaly detection is the technique which is used to identify unusual or unexpected patterns in data. Imagine if you're tracking website traffic and suddenly there's a huge spike in visits. Here, anomaly detection will help you figure out this in a normal pattern or if something unusual is going on, maybe even a security threat. In coming years, businesses will rely heavily on time series forecasting and anomaly detection to make data-driven decisions in areas like finance, retail, and healthcare. Now, if you're able to analyze trends over time and spot problems early, you will be a valuable asset to any team. And by mastering these advanced skills, you will be ready to tackle some of the toughest challenges in data science and make an impact in the world of data. Now it's time to discuss about some tools and platforms to master. Mastering these tools will make your work easier, faster, and more efficient. At first, we've got Jupyter Notebook. It's just like a digital notebook where you can run and write code and see results instantly. Add explanations, and it's perfect for data science projects where you need to test, visualize, and explain your project. Next one is VS Code, a powerful code editor that will help you write, test, and debug code. Think of it as your digital workspace for coding. After that, we've got Git and GitHub. Now, these tools will help you track changes in your code and collaborate with others. They are a must for teamwork and managing large projects. We've also got cloud platforms like AWS, GCP, and Azure. These cloud platforms let you store, process, and analyze huge amounts of data without worrying about hardware. They are just like having a supercomputer in the sky for your data. You've also got big data tools like Spark, Databricks, Snowflake, a fast engine for processing large data sets. It's just like having a high-speed train for data. Databricks is built on Spark, and this tool will help you easily build and deploy machine learning models on big data. Snowflake is a cloud-based data platform that will store and analyze data from various sources all in one place. We've also got some visualization tools like Tableau, Power BI, and Plotly. Tableau and Power BI are the tools that will help you create interactive and easy to understand visualizations of your data like charts, graphs, and dashboards. Plotly, on the other hand, is a Python-based tool that will create interactive plots and graphs for deeper data insights. Now, by mastering these tools, you will be ready to tackle any data science challenge in coming years. Alright, so now that you have got the skills, let's talk about how you can showcase them and how you can build a job-winning portfolio. So let's talk about some project ideas aligned to 2026 industry demands. So when you're building your portfolio, it's very important to work on projects that will reflect what's in demand. You want to show that you're ready to take on the challenge businesses will face in 2026. So here are some of the cool project ideas to get you started. First one is generative AI for content creation. You could create a project where you can build a tool that generates blog posts or social media content based on trending topics. This is a great example of generative AI at work, and it's something businesses are increasingly interested in as they want fresh content without doing everything manually. Next, we've got real-time data analytics dashboard. You can build a dashboard that tracks something in real time, like weather data, stock prices, or even website traffic. Imagine you create a dashboard that updates every minute and shows live trends. This kind of real-time analysis is huge for businesses looking to make immediate data-driven decisions. Next is customer churn prediction model. You can create a model that predicts whether customers are likely to leave a service or a product. Use past customer data like purchase, behavior, or feedback to predict who might churn. It's a predictive modeling project that companies in any industry will find valuable. By working on projects that aligns with what's needed, you can show employers that you're not just practicing, you're solving real problems they face today. Now, let's talk about some open source contributions and Kaggle competitions. Now, if you really want to stand out, getting involved in open source contributions and Kaggle competitions is a fantastic way to open your skills. You can also jump into open source project on GitHub. These are real world projects where people need help solving problems. Contributing to these projects is a great way to practice your skills, and it shows employers that you can collaborate and work with teams. For instance, you could contribute to improving a machine learning algorithm, fixing bugs, or adding new features. It's all about getting hands-on experience and adding value to the community. Talking about Kaggle, Kaggle is a platform where you can compete against data scientists from around the world to solve real-world data problems. They also have challenges like predicting house prices, classifying images, or building recommendation systems. Next, it's important to create a personal blog or GitHub project directory. Let's talk about GitHub and personal blogs. Now, these aren't just places to store your code. They are ways to share your work with the world. GitHub project directory will make sure your projects are organized in a clean and easy to read manner. When employers visit your GitHub, they should be able to look at your code, understand what you did, and see the impact. This will help the recruiters and hiring managers quickly see what you're capable of. And personal blog, you can start with a blog where you can write about your data science journey, you can share tutorials, insights, or even project walkthroughs. It's a great way to improve your communication skill and show employers that you can explain complex concepts easily. Next is storytelling skills in portfolio work. Now, here's the secret sauce. Storytelling. Your portfolio isn't just about showing what you've done. It's all about telling a story of how you solve problems with data. So here's how you can tell that story. Problem. You can start by explaining the challenge. For example, I was tasked with predicting customer churn for a subscription service. Then you can find the solution for it, like describe the approach you took. I cleaned the data, use feature engineering to select the most relevant data points, and trained a random forest model to make predictions. Then you've got results where you can finally talk about the outcome. The model achieved 85% accuracy and it helped the company retain 15% more customers over the next quarter. Showing your process from start to finish lets employers see how you think and how you approach solving problems. It's just like telling them, here's what I did, how I did, and the impact it had. Now, with a portfolio like this, you are definitely be ready to impress hiring managers and land that data science job. Now, let's talk about how you can choose your data science career path. You might be probably wondering, what specific role should I go for? There are different paths that you can take, and the best one for you depends on your skills, interest, and what excites you the most. The first one is data analyst. You can think of data analysts as the detectives of the data world. They look at data to find trends, make sense of numbers, and generate reports. Now, if you enjoy exploring data and visualizing insights, like creating charts or graphs, this might be the role for you. You'll use tools like Excel, SQL, Tableau to answer business questions like which product are selling best or how can we improve customer retention. The next one is data engineer. Now, data engineers are the builders. They focus on designing and building the systems that allow companies to store, process, and manage massive amounts of data. They work with tools like SQL, Hadoop, and Spark to set up data pipelines and databases. Now, if you enjoy working with technology, building infrastructure, and solving big technical problems, this could be your fit. Next one is data scientist. This is where things get a bit more complex. Data scientists take the data cleaned and organized by data engineers, and they use advanced methods like statistical analysis, machine learning, and predictive modeling to find patterns, build models, and make predictions. If you love solving complex problems and turning data into actionable insights, data science could be the role for you. Then we've got machine learning engineer. ML engineers specialize in taking the machine learning models created by data scientists and turning them into production systems. They focus on the technical side, making sure that models run smoothly, efficiently, and at scale. Now, if you love programming, automation, and creating things that work in the real world, ML engineering could be the right path for you. We've also got some emerging hybrid roles like AI product manager and data ops engineer. Let's talk about AI product manager. This role is for people who are interested in both AI, ML, and business. Now, as an AI product manager, you will be working on developing AI driven projects, collaborating with data scientists, engineers, and business teams. You will need to understand both the technical side of AI and the needs to business to build successful products. If you like leading teams and shaping the direction of AI products, this could be an exciting path for you. The next one is data ops engineer. Data ops is just like DevOps, but for data. Data ops engineers focus on automating and streamlining the process of managing and delivering data. They ensure that data is flowing smoothly and efficiently across the system and teams are in organization. Now, if you enjoy building pipelines, automating workflows, and improving team collaboration, a data ops role might be a good fit for you. Now, with all these options, how do you choose the right path for you? Here's a simple way to think about it. Now, if you enjoy analyzing data and turning it into insights, you might want to explore data analyst, data scientist role. If you love building things and working with technology, consider data engineer or ML engineer role. And if you're interested in both the business and technology, hybrid roles like AI product manager could be a great fit for you. And if you enjoy problem solving and automation, data ops might be the way to go. Now, let's dive into some resumes, interviews, salary expectation, and work models in data science. So first, we'll talk about resumes, do's and don'ts. So your resume is your first thing employers see. So it needs to make a great impression. Here's what you should do and avoid. First one, let's talk about the do's. You can highlight relevant skills, focus on technical skills like Python, SQL, machine learning, and data visualization. You can show what tools you've worked with, such as Pandas, TensorFlow, or Tableau. Then you can show your impact. Don't just list tasks, show what you have accomplished. Example, built a recommendation system that increased sales by 15%. Next is keep it clean and simple. Use bullet points, be concise, and avoid further clutter. Recruiters spend seconds on each resume, so make sure yours is easy to read. Now let's discuss about the don'ts. First of all, do not overload it with jargons. Keep it very simple. Employers don't need to know every tech term. Focus on the most important ones. Next is using outdated skills. Now, if your resume lists Excel as your top skill, it may not cut it anymore. Focus on modern tools and techniques. Forget your personal project. Now, if you're a fresher, your personal project can make you stand out. Be sure to include any Kaggle competitions, GitHub projects, or open source contributions. Next, we'll talk about interview questions and how you can prepare for interviews. Interviews can be nerve-wracking, but with the right preparation, you can nail it. Here's how. You can prepare for common questions like, tell me about a project you've worked on, or how would you explain a complex algorithm to a non-technical person? How do you handle missing data? Give me an example of a problem you solve using data science. Let's talk about how can you prepare for these. First of all, know your projects. Be ready to walk the interviewer through your work. Explain your problem, solution, and results clearly. Brush up on technical concept. Be ready to discuss topics like machine learning models, statistical tests, or data wrangling. Don't just memorize fact. Focus on understanding the concept. Then ask questions. At the end of the interview, ask thoughtful questions about the company of the team. It will show you that you are genuinely interested. Talking about the salary expectations. In the US, you can expect around $70,000 to $130,000, whereas in India, the salary starts from 6 lakh and it goes to 15 lakh. And the salaries can go even more higher than this in top companies. Next, it's very important to continuously learn. Data science is rapidly evolving, so it's very important to stay up to date from the latest tools and technologies. You can focus on blogs, getting along with people on LinkedIn, and so many other platforms. Now, if you're looking to kickstart your career in data science, I highly recommend checking out Data Scientist Master Program by Simplilearn. This is in collaboration with Microsoft and Simplilearn. It's an 11-month live program, interactive session led by top industry experts, giving you hands-on experience with AI-powered tools like Python, SQL, machine learning. You will be working on real-world projects, including a capstone project, and earning Microsoft certificate along with Simplilearn's data science certificate, and earning a Microsoft certificate along with Simplilearn Data Science certificate to showcase your skills. So whether you're just a beginner looking out to upgrade your skills, this course is perfect for AI enthusiasts, students, or recent graduates. And the best part is, you will get career support to help you land your dream job. So what are you waiting for? Hurry up and enroll and you can find the course link below. Let's talk about one more important thing, which is remote job versus on-site job. Now, the world of work is changing and remote work is now becoming more common than ever. So in remote work, there are some pros and some cons. The pros are flexibility, work-life balance, and access to job worldwide. You can collaborate with teams from anywhere. Cons are still there, like you might miss out on networking opportunities, and it can be harder to communicate complex ideas without face-to-face interaction. Next is on-site work. The pros are it's easier to collaborate, quicker feedback, and better networking opportunities. Some people prefer structure and social aspect of working in an office. There are also cons like less flexibility, long commutes, and less work-life balance. Which one is right for you depends on your work style. If you prefer flexibility and working at your own pace, remote might be ideal job for you. And if you enjoy team interaction and structured environment, on-site could be better. So starting your data science journey now gives you a huge edge. You're getting in at the perfect time with the latest tools, technologies, and demand for skilled professionals. By diving in, you will be ahead of the curve and ready to ride the wave of emerging trends like generative AI and real-time analytics. To stay ahead, make sure you're always learning and keeping up with industry trends and communities, places like Kaggle, GitHub, and LinkedIn. So that's a wrap up on this video. If you like this video, do hit the notification bell and subscribe for more such content by Simplilearn.